At noon, the Ohio Department of Health giving an update about the cyclosporiasis outbreak. Cases here in Ohio continue to rise. Let's go over to 13 Action News reporter Lily Lowndes with where the spread stands this afternoon and that new information.
Christina, Director Bruce Vanderhoff said there has been a significant increase of cases throughout the country and especially here in Ohio. He shared that Ohio recently requested and received help from federal epidemic intelligence service officers to help investigate the source of these cases. Now, Vanderhoff said the guidance is still the same. Wash your fruits and veggies, and if you are experiencing diarrhea that is not going away, contact your doctor and request a test for cyclosporiasis. Now, this is treatable and you can get help from medical professionals. If you have or have previously had the parasite, you may now be contacted by health leaders to share more about your experience.
Now, I want to encourage anyone who's been sick and who may be contacted by public health officials to please take part in those interviews.
Now, those interviews can help target a source. That's what health officials are hoping. In the wake of this outbreak, several people have filed lawsuits against Taco Bell and Taylor Farms, including a Monroe, Michigan man. Now, the I-Team is working to hear from one of the plaintiffs, hoping to hold the companies accountable. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Lily. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the cyclosporiasis numbers in our area. In Lucas County specifically, the outbreak seems to be tapering off. You can also see a number of cases remain the same as yesterday, more than 300,000 in Northwest Ohio, with 1,200 in Lucas County.